Welcome back to the home opener here at Target Field. I'm Jamie Hirsch, pleased to be joined by Twins all-star closer Glenn Perkins. Glenn, you're a Minnesota boy. You grew up rooting for the Twins. What is it like for you to hear your name called here in front of a home crowd on opening day?
It's fun, and each year that I've gotten the opportunity, I've gotten cheered for a little louder, so that's pretty special. And hopefully we'll give the fans something to cheer about this year with our team on the field.
You've already experienced 2 home openers, one in Chicago, one in Cleveland, but what makes this day so special here?
Well, it's here, and it's Minnesota. We haven't had, but 4 or 5 here, I think, now openers outside in my lifetime. So I think everyone's kind of excited for that, and to be out, have a nice day like this, and, it's festive and those things, and hopefully we'll give them a win, and, that'll be good.
And we know this is the start of a very special season, of course, because the All-Star Game is coming here to Target Field. I know it's only Game 1 here at Target Field, but can you already start to feel the buzz of excitement with all the logos and everything else?
Yeah, it was a lot more last year, I think, early on. Here we're opening day, and we're trying to play well this season and let that take care of itself. And, I'm sure the fans are going to be excited, and as we get closer, I think it'll get a little more exciting around here.
You're certainly one of the leaders of this ball club, and I know it's only a week into the season, but what have your early impressions been of the pitching staff?
Probably not what we expected, but neither was the weather, and you don't like to use excuses, but it was cold, and you could see it on both sides of the ball. We saw Justin Masterson yesterday, an all-star, a guy that's carved us up pretty good, and we hit him around too. And, I think as it warms up, I think we'll see a little bit better things out of our starting staff and our bullpen. So we'll see as we move along.
Well, you guys are 3-3 on the season so far. What have you seen about this team already that makes you confident that this is actually going to be a better season for the Twins?
First of all, we hit with some runners in scoring position, which we didn't do last year at all. And that's been good. We've seen some guys have some big at-bats. Plouffe is doing well. Colabello, obviously, I think everyone knows what he's done. And guys are going up there and giving themselves a chance at the plate, and good things are happening.
All right, well, thank you for the time. Good luck out there today.
Thank you.
All right, that's Glenn Perkins, your Twins all-star closer, and he mentioned it. The Twins at bats have been hot lately. When we come back, Dick and Bert will have more on how the Twins have turned one of the question marks of the season into an early strength.
Is presented by Menards. Save big money on all your home improvement needs at Menards. By Budweiser. Great times are waiting. Grab some Buds. And by Chrysler. Imported from Detroit. The Twins are back at home, and today in the season home opener, Scott Kazmir will pitch for the Oakland A's against the Minnesota Twins. Kevin Correa, a holdover from last year's staff, their most reliable starter from 2013, will have the honor, the distinction of pitching in the home opener here today. And the Twins are back home, back in the sunshine, back at Target Field, and we're glad you're with us, Dick Bramer and Burt Blyleven. It's always nice to be home.
Oh, what a beautiful day, too, Dick. Unbelievable. You know, a week ago we were in Chicago wondering what opening day would look like here in Minnesota. You couldn't have asked for a better day.
Now, the Twins haven't pitched particularly well, but admit it, you saw this coming. The Twins leading the American League in runs scored.
Coming out of spring training, who would have thought that over the first six ball games, they scored 38 runs, over 6 runs a ball game. Well, pitching staff, look at that. Try to get through 6 or 7 innings because you're going to get some run support early. Chris Colabello off to a torrid start. Jason Kubel swinging a good bat. Also, there's Chris Corbello right there. I mean, 11 RBIs. He's driven in the most in the American League. He is red hot. Jason Kubel, as I mentioned. Also, Trevor Plouffe swinging a good bat.
And just a few moments ago, a word release that Chris Colabello, the American League co-player of the week with Josh Hamilton. Quite an honor and quite a great start for Colabello this year. And now Kevin Correa will make the start today for the Minnesota Twins, and they're hoping that whatever the pitching woes were on the road, that Correa will get things turned around here at home.
Well, Correa actually pitched pretty well in Chicago. He pitched 6 innings through 82 pitches. And then in the top of the 7th inning, the Twins put some runs on the board. He left with a 5-3 lead, but he came out of the ballgame after 6. Gave up 2 earned runs, a walk, and 5 strikeouts. Hopefully he can repeat that here this afternoon because Scott Kazmir has been very tough on the Twins.
The Twins hoping to reestablish their home field advantage here at Target Field. And we've got glorious weather for the first of 81 games at Target Field. We'll have the first pitch in just a moment.
qualities. Each one different, each with its own tale to tell. Sound familiar? Like the 6-month cycle of a baseball season, tales are written by the game, the inning, the pitch.
Strike him out!
Winter in Minnesota this season went extra innings, but today symbolizes the end to that cycle. Mittens are replaced with mitts, snowballs for baseballs, boots for cleats, as the boys of summer return home to turn the page and begin a new tale in Twins territory.
A high fly to center field. This ball is blasted. Mauer sends one out, a home run. Dozier being waved around. And the Twins win it on a double by Eduardo Escobar.
It's said that home is where the heart is. Today, the heart of sports in Minnesota summers returns home.
And the weather today does not represent what we all have endured here in the upper Midwest. For April 7th, an absolutely gorgeous day. A few puffy white clouds up in the sky. The grass is green. A light jacket is all you really need here today, and it's just a perfect weather day for baseball.
This is what opening day is all about. You have to really tip your hat to Larry DeVito, the head groundskeeper. Of course, this field does have some heaters underneath, but my goodness, in beautiful shape. Players already commenting on down on the field that it's in great shape, especially with Oakland A's. They got rained out a couple times. Their field, the tarp was left off when a rain came, and they had some ugly conditions in Oakland.
They're just happy to be at a ballpark where the toilets flush. Had terrible weather, and the ballpark there, kind of a sight to behold. Kevin Correa hoping to pitch as well as he did in his first start, maybe a little bit better. It's one of those things you always hesitate saying it, but it's true. Correa actually pitched better than the numbers indicated. He gave up 5 hits over 6 innings to the White Sox, but 4 of those hits came in succession, and that's when the White Sox got their 3 runs.
Well, both these clubs are 3-3 coming into Game 7 on the year. Now, the Twins, we talked about the offense of the Twins scoring 38 runs for the Oakland A's. They have scored only 20 runs in their first 6 games, but they have also won 3 ball games because they have a very good staff, especially a very good bullpen.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say both teams are 3-3. The Twins have won 3 games in spite of their pitching staff. The Oakland A's have won 3 games because of their pitching staff. Bob Melvin, his team into the playoffs last year, hoping to keep the ball rolling. 96 wins last year, winning the American League West. Bernard's batting order for the A's in the series opener. Sam Fold leading things off. Jed Lowry batting second. Josh Donaldson third. Middle of the lineup, Brandon Moss, Yoenis Cespedes, Alberto Callaspo, Josh Reddick, Derek Norris, and Eric Sogard.
And let's take a look at the Mall of America scouting report on Kevin Correa. Is looking for consistency. He was the most consistent starter for the Twins last year. And what he needs to do is mix in all his pitches. He has 4 pitches. Fastball has some movement on it, slider, curveball, and a changeup. And one thing that Kevin Correa did last year, now he only won 9 ball games last year, but 5 of those came here at Target Field. In 16 starts here at Target Field, he was 5-5 with a 3.35 ERA. So he's pitched well here last year.
Twins out in the field, kind of a makeshift lineup with some injuries to the outfielders. Jason Kubel will get in left field. Aaron Hicks in center. Chris Colabello moving to right out of necessity. Trevor Plouffe, Pedro Florimon, Brian Dozier, Joe Mauer, the infielders, and Kurt Suzuki behind the plate. Colabello sent out to the outfield because Josh Willingham got hit on the wrist by a pitch yesterday. Oswaldo Arcia's wrist is still bothering him. Jason Bartlett put on the disabled list before the game today. And the Twins calling up Chris Herman to help the outfield situation a little bit. And the A's have some wrist situations of their own. Coco Crisp got a cortisone shot in his wrist, so Sam Fuld will play center and hit leadoff. Bill Miller behind the plate, Greg Gibson, Vic Carapazza, and Adam Hamori, the base umps.
Yeah, Bill Miller, been around a long time. He is the crew chief here.
One strike to Sam Fuld. Roll to short, Florimo. To Mauer, quickly one away.
That was a great little piece that we did in the pregame on Florimo about his upbringing and, you know, the way that he learned to get ground balls. I mean, you look at some of those fields that he grew up on. I mean, how do you look at that ground ball? He's got to say, boy, that's perfect. There's no rock. There's no, you know, blade of grass that's in my way.
Here's Jed Lowry for the A's with one quick out on the board. And that to the backstop, ball one. He's not hitting much in the season's first week, playing 6 home games. Lowry doing okay. 1-0. High fly to right center field. Dozier out. Hicks coming in. 4 pitches, 2 outs. They'll bring up Josh Donaldson.
Well, last year we saw a lot of Florimo up that middle. He led the American League in putouts at that position, shortstop, with 245 putouts, and some of them spectacular.
One of the best defensive shortstop in the game. Twins are hoping that with more time can develop into an accomplished hitter. 2 down. And Josh Donaldson hit .390 against the Twins last year, and he takes strike 1 from Kevin Correa.
Yeah, currently on a 10-game hitting streak against the Twins. 16 for 37, a .432 average over that 10-game hitting streak. And as you mentioned, last year, .390 hitter.
Strike 2. A's fattened up against the Twins last year. They beat them 6 of the 7 times. They hit 16 home runs in the 7 games. Hitting third despite modest numbers so far this year.
Well, he hit .301 last year in 158 ball games.
Down and away, 1-2.
Hard slider right there. Knocked in 93 runs while hitting 24 home runs. Donaldson, just 28 years old, in his 4th season with the A's. Former catcher, now third baseman.
2-2. Another breaking pitch wide of the plate.
Correa last year, 31 starts, 4.18 ERA, worked 186 innings. Will give up more hits to innings pitched. Pretty good control. 45 walks in 186 with 101 strikeouts.
And another breaking pitch outside, and now the count's full with Moss on deck.
They tried a couple sliders, then that's more the curveball right there, but Donaldson laid off of it. Suzuki sitting down and away.
Struck him out. Got another breaking pitch near the outside corner. Donaldson swings and misses, and it's a quick 1-2-3 first for Kevin Correa. Twins thanks to yesterday's series clinching win over the Indians. The Menards batting order for the Twins in their first home game. Brian Dozier leading off. Joe Mauer batting second. Trevor Plouffe, Chris Colabello with Willingham out of the lineup. Josmito Pinto batting fifth. Jason Kugel, Kurt Suzuki, Aaron Hicks, and Pedro Florimo.
And on the mound, it'll be Scott Kazmir. Kazmir last year, a 10-game winner for the Cleveland Indians, signed as a free agent by the Oakland A's over the winter. A 2-year contract. Off to a good start. Very good outing in his first start last Wednesday in Oakland. Beat Cleveland 6-1. He pitched 7 1/3 innings, allowed only 3 hits, no runs, no walks, 5 strikeouts.
Very good Oakland debut for Kazmir, who stuck it to the Twins a couple times last year. Now up off the end of the bat. An easy play for Kazmir. Dozier is retired, but Kazmir is throwing it down the right field line.
Kazmir last year with Cleveland, 5 starts against the Twins, 3-0 with a 1.45 earned run average.
Bauer will hit in the season opening game in Chicago. He hit third. He's hit second ever since. And the average climbing steadily through the Cleveland series up to 280.
Joe picking up 3 hits in yesterday's win over the Indians.
This ball on the outside corner. And again, 0-2. Give you some idea of how good this Oakland pitching staff is. They've had some pretty serious injuries to deal with early on this season. And in the first 6 games, starting pitchers have allowed 3 runs or less in all 6 games. The Twins have had that happen just once in the Correa start against the White Sox.
Kind of way they built the Oakland A's over the years, you know. I mean, a pretty good defense and then very good starting pitching. You look throughout Major League Baseball, there's still a lot of former Oakland A's still competing very well at the level.
Bauer strikes out number 2.
A high fastball right there. Gets Joe swinging.
Northland Ford defense for the A's with Yoenis Cespedes in left field. Sam Fuld in center. Josh Reddick in right. Donaldson, Lowry, Sogard, Moss, the infielders, and Derek Norris behind the plate. One of the bright spots for the Twins so far this year, the consistently good at-bats of Trevor Plouffe, now hitting third. And he takes the fastball. Strike 1.
Yeah, fastball clocked at 91. Kazmir also with a very good curveball and a changeup. Mixing a little cutter into right-handers.
Side 1-1. Kazmir, a big part of Cleveland's success last year. He and Ubaldo Jimenez are both out of the Indian organization. Driven to the right field corner. Foul. Just foul. And Plouffe will go to second base. First base umpire Greg Gibson calling it foul. Plouffe got at least as good a look at that ball landing as the umpire did, and so Plouffe kept running hard to second base.
Yeah, that ball kept slicing away, and here comes manager Ron Gardenhire.
A slow walk.
You know, while he's got to wait, because as we sit here, and I'm sure Gardy in that dugout, you sometimes can't see that corner.
Here's our replay. That's foul. And landed foul, and the dirt kicked up over the foul line, but I'm pretty sure that Ron Gardenhire looking into the dugout to try to get the cue from Paul Molitor, I believe, as to whether to review it or not.
Well, if anything, with all these replays, the manager's going to get to know these umpires a little bit better rather than just going out and yelling at them.
Yeah.
Now you can have a conversation with Greg Gibson a little bit. Say, hey, how's the family? You know, where are you going to go eat tonight?
Yeah. Where was spring training for? I didn't see you in Florida. Were you in Arizona?
Gardy's going to walk back, find out where Gibson's going to eat.
and getting the cue that no, that looked like it was foul. You better not burn your challenge here. This is how we'll have to get used to it working, rather than an umpire, and Gardy was as good as any of them, the veins popping out of his neck and all that. It's just more a civil discussion.
I'm going to miss that.
Ball 3 now to Plouffe. Full count with Colabello on deck. Another ball hit to the opposite field hard by Trevor Plouffe. And a flare foul. And Jason Bartlett on the disabled list now, the intermediary between video review man Sean Harlan, the manager. And Plouffe takes a strike. And that will bring up Chris Colabello.
Congratulations to Chris on being the co-player of the week in the American League with Josh Hamilton.
Just think of the magnitude of that. If you're Chris Colabello and you're wondering whether you made the right decision to not go play ball overseas, you do have a good spring training. You made the roster out of spring training for the first time. And then after the first week, you're the co-American League Player of the Week, leading the league with 11 runs batted in. And he takes strike one. He's hit in every game for the Twins this year. Just the second time a Twin has driven in 11 runs through the season's first 6 games, and there's a ball bounced to left, not a run batted in, but a base hit nevertheless for Colabello, and the inning continues. Plouffe going to second base. And today's Cold Hard Facts brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. Mark Trumbo with 13 runs batted in, now in the National League with the Diamondbacks. Giancarlo Stanton with a dozen, and Colabello leading the American League. The only other Twin to do this, to drive in 11 runs in the first 6 games of a season, a guy you played with, in fact, was when you were with the Twins, Bobby Darwin in 1972.
Yep. Big, strong, used to be a pitcher in the Dodger organization. Bobby Darwin became a hitter where he can hit him as far as anybody.
Taking the low, ball 1. I asked Ron Gardenhire today about reestablishing home field advantage. What do the Twins need to do? And he specifically said, everybody knows they have to pitch better, but they need to have better at-bats in situations like this. Now, on the road, the Twins handled situations like this really well. 2 outs, men in scoring position, a lot of big hits, specifically from Plouffe and Colabello. Gardy said, they need to continue to do that. In this situation, you have an inexperienced hitter, Pinto. He's got a sellout or near sellout crowd on his side, and he's hoping that these young hitters will not get over-amped and expand the strike zone. 2-0 to Pinto. And now a strike. So Plouffe shows some patience, draw a walk with 2 outs.
Yeah, Pinto has never faced Kazmir, so he's going to be looking. He looked at that fastball as the 4th pitch in this at-bat.
Pinto, the designated hitter, and the Twins can do that because Chris Herman was activated, called up today to replace Bartlett on the roster. And the ball thrown into center field. Plouffe has nowhere to go. He went down into a head-first slide.
Pretty good timing play right here because Sogard getting behind, and Sogard catches that ball right there and tags Plouffe. He's probably out.
Yeah.
But that ball that Kazmir threw to him just kind of sailed toward the shortstop side.
Earlier this inning, Kazmir was lucky that Moss was able to haul in his toss to first from the Dozier at bat. 2-1 to Pinto.
Watch out.
Wicked liner. And right over the lip of the Twins dugout.
Everybody's all right. ballparks now, as a fan, you're sitting so close. Make sure you keep your eye on the batter.
2-2 to Pinto. Missed foul again over the Twins dugout. I will tell you this, partner, you did not winter in Minnesota. I did. This is a welcome sight to see green grass, blue sky, and a capacity crowd here. See if the Twins can put a number up on the board here in the first inning. 2-2 to Pinto. And now a full count. The runners will get an extra step or two.
Well, not the greatest speed on the base pass, so Trevor Plouffe and Colabello are going to get a running start once Cashmere throws home.
And he got him. Off-speed pitch getting Pinto to strike out. The Twins strand a couple of the first.
We are scoreless between the A's and Twins as we head to the second. Kevin Correa is on the mound to start the home opener for Minnesota, and a big reason why is because he was really the rock of the rotation last year. Cardi said when they drew up the rotation this year, they thought they would give Correa the home opener as sort of a reward for his efforts last year. Cardi said he gave us great opportunities and a chance to win, and we know that he'll be able to handle the moment of a home opener start. Looking good so far, Dick and Bert.
Yeah, very good 1-2-3 first inning. Thank you, Jamie. Brandon Moss will lead off the second. Yoenis Cespedes and Alberto Caspo will follow. Twins put a shift on for Moss, and it's 2-0.
Yeah, Moss has power. 30 home runs, a career high last year for the Oakland A's. Is the Florimo, the shortstop, playing on the second base side. And Dozier out in short right field.
High 3-0. Correa walked one in his 6 innings against the White Sox back on April 2nd. And down the middle, 3-1.
But Correa is making his 5th career start against the Oakland A's. He's 1-1 with a very good 3.20 ERA.
The inside corner to fill the count. Long deliberation between pitches 5 and 6 in this at bat. Now Moss backs out of the box. And Suzuki will talk about it.
That's good to talk about it right here rather than a pitcher saying, okay, this, Suzuki may say fastball away and maybe Correa wants to go in, and now they're discussing, okay, what are they going to do with this pitch right here? A 3-2 pitch. Don't want to make a mistake on this guy.
So far this year, the A's have alternated a loss and a win on the season, winning yesterday. Finally, the 3-2 pitch. And it's missed the outside corner. It's a leadoff walk.
Did not miss by much.
Yoenis Cespedes yesterday with a big 3-run home run to tie the game early against the Mariners.
Yeah, Cespedes very, very strong. And very good numbers against the Twins in his young career. Only his 3rd season with the A's, but a .388 career hitter against the Twins.
Single low. Correa was locked in the first inning with his command. A tough time throwing strikes here in the second.
Twins were outscored by the Oakland A's last year. They won 6 of 7. The A's did 68-23.
Back.
And Cespedes a big part of that, especially here at Target Field. 13 for 25, a .520 hitter here at Target Field last year. He drove in 12 runs in 6 games here. So the last couple of years, very good numbers here.
One and one. And Suzuki digs it out.
Cespedes, 28 years old, from Cuba. Signed by the A's in 2012.
Ooh.
Big swing.
Ringer left the pitch up. Cespedes spun on it.
High fastball right here from Correa. Cespedes very quick, but just fouled it straight back. 26 home runs last year, drove in 80 runs.
Two and two. And lifted foul out of play.
Now, with the All-Star game being played here this year, I know Cespedes last year won the home run hitting contest at Citi Field, but he wasn't part of the All-Star team. I wonder if they will do that again.
I don't know. Kind of spoiled it for me. I always thought, if you're going to enter in the home run derby, I think they've had a hard time getting people to step forward from the All-Star team to grip it and rip it in the home run derby. 2 and 2. Released. Fair. Great at bat for Cespedes. That ball will go all the way to the corner. Kugel with the retrieve. Waved around third. Moss is heading home, and he'll score the first run of the game. And Cespedes and Correa battling, and Cespedes wins it with an RBI double into the corner.
Yeah, it looked like a breaking ball, but he still stayed back and hooked it over the head of Plouffe down that left field line. Take a look at the pitch right here. Yeah, slider. He went down and hit that ball sharply. Got good wood on it. Right into the corner there. By the time Jason Kubel could get it back in, Moss scores from first base. So a 1-0 early Oakland lead.
And Oakland's designated hitter, Roberto Callaspo, will hit. Runner at second, and nobody out.
We saw about 12 walks in yesterday's ball game, and I guarantee you 8 of them scored. And here today, we end up walking Moss to start the top of the second inning, and he scores.
I mentioned that Correa pitched pretty well against the White Sox, but gave up 4 hits in succession at one point. That came in the second inning. Gave up his 3 runs, and then he settled down after that, hoping for a better second inning here today. And here's a drive to right center field, a base hit. Cespedes will go to third and hold up there. So a walk, a double, a single. And it'll bring up Josh Reddick.
Iaspo, one of those hitters that have had good success against Twins pitching over his career that started back in 2006 with the Diamondbacks, but Twins saw him with the Royals, Angels, and now the A's.
Reddick off to a slow start, hitting 7th in the Oakland lineup. Twins will play for a double play grounder here if they can get Reddick to hit it on the ground at someone. Base hit to right. Bello playing it on a hop, and it's a 2-0 Oakland lead. And again, 4 batters in a row have reached against Correa.
Reddick picks up his first RBI of the year, jumping on that first pitch. Fastball about thigh high, came back over the plate.
Derek Norris, the catcher, will bat. Still nobody out. Runners at first and second, and a couple already in.
Conversation, I'm sure, between Suzuki and Norris. Suzuki, of course, caught for the Oakland A's for many years and then ended last year with the A's.
First pitch strike.
Norris, 25 years old in his 3rd season with the A's. Last year hit 246, 9 home runs, got some pop in 98 ball games.
Swing and a miss, a breaking pitch that ended up striking out Donaldson. Gets strike 2 on Norris.
Don't see too many catchers that have that full beard. You would think with the mask and everything, you see the Boston Red Sox, what they were able to accomplish last year with the beards. That is a thick beard. You might have lunch in there somewhere.
Just off the corner, 1-2.
Correa needs a ground ball right here. See if they can turn a double play behind him.
2-2. Had such an easy time of it in the first inning, and now throwing 21 pitches, I think, in the second inning. Still hasn't gotten an out.
Only 10 in the first.
There's a breaking pitch and a strikeout, 1 away.
Same pitch that struck out Donaldson in the first inning. Correa picks up his second strikeout. Slider down and away. Norris goes out of his swing zone and strikes out.
Number 9 batter Eric Sogard will bat. Ball away, ball 1.
Sogard in his 5th season with the A's came up in 2010. 5 of 9 first pitch strikes.
Falling behind the number 9 batter, 2-0.
Sogard, not much power, a guy that kind of just base hit, gap type hitter. And a look fastball here. And foul it off.
Over into the Twins or the A's dugout, the former Twins dugout. You got Nick Punto over there. You got Chip Hale. You've got Chili Davis. Hale and Davis coaches on the Oakland staff. There's one of the best pinch hitters in Twins history. 2-1. A Hooper to right, and Colabello will make a shoestring catch. They've got a double play. Nice play by Colabello in right. He's done it with his bat all week. Somebody gave him an outfielder's glove. He did pretty good with it there, too.
That ball had some little bit of top spin. He made a nice catch. All-out dive effort, and it stayed in the glove.
Bob Melvin will acknowledge the catch and not appeal it. Looked like a legitimate, nice diving catch by the transplanted first baseman. Will lead off the second inning, continuing his hot hitting. Josh Willingham yesterday got smoked in the wrist, so Willingham not in left field, and Jason Kubel getting the start there today.
Yeah, Masterson with that fastball that came riding in on Willingham, and he had the X-ray and everything, and just as we all are day to day.
Sanford Health Injury Report with Kubel in the box trying to hit through a shift. He takes strike one. Now Willingham today said he was surprised that he had as much range of motion that he did. The Twins have an off day tomorrow, and they'll take a look at it again on Wednesday, both his wrist and Arcia's. Arcia was hoping to take some swings today, but the Twins said no, easy young fellow. And then they'll take a look at that on Wednesday, and I would imagine there's one, maybe two people on call at Rochester. Kubel lifts a pop-up. There's only one infielder on that side of the infield, and it's Donaldson making the catch one away. We'll bring up Kurt Suzuki. Single-game tickets remain available and affordable for the 2014 season. Starting at just $10, special deals available for every day of the week. And check the deals out at twinsbaseball.com or call 1-800-33-12. One down, Suzuki the batter. The longtime Oakland catcher.
You see that shadow starting to creep. Now it's in front of home plate. They say it's okay to hit right now because the pitcher's still in the sun. Once that shadow starts getting by that pitcher's mound, and then it's a little more difficult to catch it, to see the rotation of that baseball.
One strike to Suzuki.
Suzuki, of course, a former A, signed by the A's back in 2004 out of Cal State Fullerton out of Southern California. Came up with the A's in 2007.
1-1.
Went over to the Nationals and then ended the season last year with the A's.
Yeah, it's just kind of some catching insurance in case something happened. And Suzuki, a known quantity certainly by the A's. They figured they were going into the playoffs, and they brought Suzuki back. And Suzuki with a base hit to left. Boy, he's been swinging the bat so well for the Twins in the first week. And in his first target field at bat as a Twin, a sharp single to left. Aaron Hicks to the plate. And as he gets to the plate, our Car Soup trivia question: who holds the Twins single season record for most home runs by a switch hitter. I'm guessing he's at the ballpark. I just don't know which one it is.
I'm going to say that he's probably in the dugout of the A's.
And
Nick Punto was pretty strong.
Yeah, the other guy, though, I was thinking Roy Smalley. I know he's here, too. Willie Davis had 2 years for the Twins. 1 year with a lot of power, the 91 season. And I think he set the record. And then the next year, for some reason, Chile didn't hit for much power.
You know what to see, and you go back to Suzuki. You know what he's done so well is when a pitcher leaves a ball up, somewhere, he's taken advantage of it. He's got good wood on it.
Driven to right center field. This is hit to the gap. Hicks has an extra base hit. Suzuki to third. They're going to wave him around. Hicks will go to third base. Suzuki scores, and it's a 2-1 ball game.
A's may have had a shot at Hicks at third base, but they decide to relay to go home.
And Hicks driving the ball hard to the gap, picking up his second run batted in.
Yeah, Hicks fastball down, finds that gap out in right center. Hicks credited with a double and an RBI. See right here, they pick up the ball, get it back in. That's Sam Fuld. And Hicks moving over to third on the throw home.
Florimon takes inside, ball one. It's all critical for Florimon to put the ball in play here. The A's are conceding the tying run on a ground ball hit past the mound up the middle. And Florimon had problems making contact last year, and it's really been a problem so far this year. Makes a strike. 1-1.
I think what you want with Florimon is you want him swinging more. Like that last pitch right there. Be ready for that fastball. A lot of times he'll take a couple pitches and then he'll end up striking out on the pitcher's pitch.
1-1. And now 2-1. Pretty good pitch by Kazmir, but Hicks went down and got it.
Nice, a nice piece of hitting. We saw Cespedes do the same thing on that nice pitch that Correa threw.
2-1 to Florimon. Looking him inside, missing again. 3-1 with Dozier on deck. First 8 at bats, the first 8 plate appearances. The Twins have 3 hits and a walk.
That fastball inside now. In my mind, Florimon's got to look fastball away and hopefully hit it hard somewhere.
Ball 4, and Kazmir walks the number 9 batter. The A's got 4 batters to reach safely in their half of the inning, and now 3 straight have reached for the Twins.
Kind of a cardinal sin right there. You walk a guy that's really struggling at the plate. Kazmir, I'm sure, knows that. Second walk of the ball game.
Dozier with a little number back to the mound. Hope to do something more than that here to at least get this game tied up. 2 hits, 15 at bats in his career against Scott Kazmir. All back to the screen. Suzuki started this rally and scored the first run. Hicks hoping to tie the game. One strike to Brian Dozier. 1-1. Kazmir and Jimenez were both key members for the Indians last year. Jimenez started today, lost to the Yankees 4-2, but the Yankees lost their closer, David Robertson, to a hamstring injury. 1-1 to Brian Dozier. A little bit low, 2-1. Kazmir wanted that pitch.
Can't have it. Oh, straight over the top fastball.
Tried to steal it for him. 2-1. At the knees, 2-2. Popped up behind first, chased by Moss, but back in the seats.
Kazmir's had some injuries over his career.
Twin single game tickets remain available and affordable this year, starting at just $10. Special deals available for every day of the week. Check the deals out at twinsbaseball.com or call 1-800-33-TWINS. No game tomorrow, but then a nice week and a half long homestand resumes Wednesday afternoon. It's supposed to be 70 degrees here on Wednesday.
Beautiful.
Another 2-2 to Dozier. 3-2. Let's see if the Twins send Florimone here. Got a tricky left-hander on the mound. Kazmir good at holding runners on, and Florimone, if he does get the sign to go, needs to be careful that he doesn't get picked off here. And there's the throw.
I think the A's kind of took a gamble of getting Kazmir. Only they gave him a 2-year contract, about $18 million, but he's a guy that somewhere down the line he's going to break down again.
Full count to Dozier.
Over 10 major league seasons, has only 200 major league starts.
Changeup gets Dozier, and Florimone will go to second with a stolen base.
Yeah, an off-speed pitch right there. Florimone taking off. Gets in the scoring position. Let's do a little pitch by pitch. Foul ball right there, and then ball down, and this is the one he wanted right there. That was so he came right back with it and got the call. 2-2 pitch. Dozier fouled it off. Another pitch down. Pick-off attempt, and then the off-speed pitch. Good changeup right there.
Good spot for Mauer here to pick up his first run batted in of the year, maybe a pair. Swing and a miss. Joe trying to put 3 up on the board with a swing. Breaking ball down and away. Mauer went down swinging at a high fastball first time up. Check swing, strike 2.
Took something off that curveball right there.
Got a lot of clutch 2-out hits on the road trip, looking for one here in their first home game of the year. Dribbler up the line. Moss fields it. Kazmir to the bag, and the Twins get one but leave 2. It's a 2-1 ball game. Before we continue with baseball here at Target Field, we join public address announcer Adam Abrams for a special presentation.
Following the video, we ask everyone to stand up and hold their placards high as Fox Sports North joins us as we form a collective front and stand up to cancer. Please direct your attention to the video board.
I stand up for Todd Oakes, my college pitching coach.
I stand up for my Mimi, my grandmother, Inez Spradlin.
I stand up for my grandpa, George Runner Sr.
I stand up for my grandpa, Lonnie Skeen.
I stand up for Diane Plouffe, my mother.
I stand up for Terry Ryan.
As we in Twins territory embark on the 2014 season, we stand united in the fight against cancer with our partner Stand Up to Cancer. Please join Major League Baseball and the entire Twins and athletics organizations in standing up to cancer. Please text STAND to 40202 to give $10 to Stand Up to Cancer. This is where the end of cancer begins. Once again, please text STAND to 40202 to give a $10 donation to Stand Up to Cancer. Thank you. Now let's play more baseball.
Link, your link to what's next. By Northland Ford. Visit northlandford.com and your local Northland Ford dealers today. And by Grand Casino. North is presented by Century Link, your link to what's next. By Northland Ford. Visit northlandford.com and your local Northland Ford dealers today. And by Grand Casino. The best stories start here. 2-1 ball game. Aaron Hicks being given credit for a double. Driving in Kurt Suzuki to get the Twins on the board. And now the start of the third and the first pitch strike to Sam Fuld. Fuld, Lowry, and Donaldson facing Correa here in the third inning.
Yeah, with Coco Crisp getting that injection in the wrist area that's been bothering Sam Fuld, getting an opportunity to play some center field.
Florimone backhands it, has to hurry it, gets it over to Mauer, and Fuld retired. Play for Pedro Florimone. Fox Sports Supports is proud to collaborate with Stand Up to Cancer, a groundbreaking initiative created to accelerate innovative cancer research that gets new therapies to patients quickly in order to save lives now. For more information, visit foxsportsupports.com. Boy, is it ever good to see that man at the ball. Terry Ryan, the general manager, who's undergoing cancer treatments, 3 weeks left of radiation treatment. And as you can see, he looks quite fit and healthy. And we've continued to keep Terry in our thoughts and prayers.
Now everybody held up a sign. I held up a sign for my sister Trudy that battled breast cancer. And yourself, Dick?
My mother-in-law, Helen Larson, was dealing with cancer.
Every family has been touched.
Now, I'll confess to you, I was not as aware of that organization as I was 3 years ago when our dear friend Harmon Killebrew passed away. And he was involved in it toward the end. His wife, Nita Killebrew, very eloquently spoke of the Stand Up to Cancer program during Harmon's memorial service here at the ballpark. And it's a terrible disease that's impacted, I'm sure, everybody in our viewing audience. 1-2 to Jed Lowry. And a check swing foul.
You got to really love what baseball's doing to awareness. You know, you can donate $10 to Stand Up for Cancer.
Yeah, the technology now. You can go on your phone, and if you have a smartphone, you can text and contribute so easily. 2-2 to Lowry with one gone in the third. Up high. 3-2. Donaldson on deck. Just missed the outside corner. Correa thought he had it.
Second walk for Correa.
I think Correa was confused about the count. We all are confused. That's ball 3. The scoreboard had 3 and 2, and as Lowry was shedding his equipment at home plate to go to first, Correa said, "Oh, wait a minute, I thought the count was 2 and 2," and in fact the pitcher was right.
Pitchers are usually always right, Dick.
Okay. What about former pitchers?
No, they're never right.
Bob Melvin seems a bit perplexed too. Now, third base umpire Adam Kamori is threatening to get engaged in this process. He was tiptoeing towards home plate. So we'll go with a 3-2 count. And a deep drive to right. Who wants to walk when you can do that?
Wow.
Foul ball.
Thank you.
Bill Miller says it's foul, and now here comes Bob Melvin. And Lowry protesting with first base umpire Greg Gibson. And we will have a review of this almost certainly. Bill Miller, the home plate umpire, will escort Gibson, and they'll go to the headset. It'll be our first target field challenge. This is one that could have been challenged a year ago. But different technology and a different process. The drive off the bat of Lowry being viewed right now in New York.
Lowry saw it. I mean, he's got a good view of it running down that first base line. Trey Waller, the first base coach, right there. And of course, the A's dugout.
Bob Melvin has maybe as good a view as anybody from where he stands, looking right down the right field line. Check. In the upper right, you can see the ball going in front of the pole, which would suggest, well, more than suggest, dictate it's a foul ball. Right there.
And what they have is a screen on the left of the pole.
Way just adjacent to the target emblem in the upper right-hand corner of your screen.
There?
No, higher.
Higher, okay. My telly isn't
well, you just blocked it out there. But... And
on the monitor, I can see it. On the screen, on the
oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, we've got high-def monitors, and then your screen there is standard dimension.
Right.
So we believe that the foul ball call by Miller, who's the gentleman on the right, umpire on the right, I presume he's a gentleman, should stand, I believe.
Well, Greg Gibson is the first base umpire that made the call.
Now, we had a long delay in Chicago. The reason there was a longer delay than hoped for in Chicago is because simultaneous to the Twins-White Sox game that had a play being challenged, I believe it was the Oakland A's game in Cleveland had a challenge. Now, there are two full crews of umpires at command and control in New York that are viewing these games. And my question to Joe Torre was at a seminar I was at, what happens if you have say a Friday night, 15 games and 8 umpires? You run the risk of this happening where there might very well be a challenge in another game being played and a limited number of umpires available to review simultaneous calls. That might be what's happening here. It happened when the Twins were in Chicago.
And his response to you was?
Well, no, it should never happen because the chances of it happening are very small, and it happened in the first series, and It's the only explanation I can give for why this hasn't been upheld as quickly as we would hope. We believe the ball will travel in front of and then next to the foul pole. Hard to see with the beautiful blue sky. There are a couple of other day games in the National League that are being played. Don't know if they're still in progress or not.
Well, I'm just looking at that foul pole, Dick, and on the left side of the pole they have that screen that goes all the way up, and it's probably, I'm going to guess, 10 inches, maybe a foot out. And if that's close to the pole, it would have hit.
And foul ball will be upheld. Now the A's have used their challenge and not succeeded in reversing the call, so they're done. Right
on the top of your screen. Yeah. I see it there.
Yep. So it's worth a shot. It's a run or it's not.
Yeah, but see, again, right to the left, there's maybe a foot of a wire screen that goes all the way down. So if it was on that side of the pole, it would have hit the screen.
Right. That's why it's there. So now we won't have to worry about Bob Melvin challenging because he has lost his challenge. And Lowry's back up there with another 3-2 pitch coming. And he ends up walking anyway. And that will bring up Josh Donaldson. So Correa, who's not thrown the normal high percentage of strikes we expect, issues his second walk. And we're just in the third inning.
As a pitcher, too, I mean, that long delay, maybe, 3-4 minutes. I mean, as a pitcher, you're still allowed to maybe just keep your arm loose and throw them.
No, I did not. I was watching replays and things like that. I didn't see whether Correa.
He threw a little bit. Yes.
Did he? Okay. There's a high fly to deep right center field. Colabello tracking it. And that ball's high off the wall. He barehands it, fires it back into the infield, and he played it okay, holding Lowry at third base. The ball was hit a long way to the gap. The first pitch, and the A's are threatening again now, second and third, one away.
Well, with that high wall out in right center, you have to hit this ball pretty far, which Donaldson did, taking it the other way with that uppercut swing. Ball going off the wall, and Colabello can only watch this ball carom, and Colabello did a good job of getting it back in, but a double for Donaldson puts runners at second and third and one out.
Unique defense for the Twins. Corner infielders playing even with their bags. Shortstop Florimon had brought in maybe a step or two, and this ball skipped through the hole. Dozier was shifted into right field, and after the failed appeal, Correa walked Lowry, and the next two pitches result in a double and two-run single.
This looked like a breaking ball that just kind of stayed right there, and Moss driving in his 6th and 7th runs of the year. Puts
4-1 ball game.
4-1.
And take a look at the shift, and Moss beat the shift. Dozier tried to knock it down to keep the second run from scoring. The last 10 at bats, Correa's retired only 3 men. Popped up again, going after the first pitch. And it's a foul ball into the seats. Twins leading the American League with 38 runs scored through 6 games, but they've also, prior to today, given up 38 runs, which isn't very good.
A high team ERA of 6.2.
1 strike. Again, he's very aggressive after the first inning. They've come out swinging against Correa. They picked up 4 runs, 5 hits, and a couple of walks. Remember, the second inning ended with Colabello snagging a sinking line drive and turning it into a double play. 2 strikes to Cespedes.
Correa faced Oakland one time last year, and that was in Oakland, so this is his first start here at Target Field against the Oakland A's.
One and two. The Twins in September last year went out to Oakland and lost all 4 games. And we've talked from time to time how tough it is to sweep a 4-game series. The Twins were swept in 4-game series last year.
Well, those last 2 pitches not even close. Yeah, since Ron Gardenhire's been the manager of the Minnesota Twins, actually against the Oakland A's, they are 51 and 51. Playing .500 baseball against the A's. Last year they were 1 and 6 against them.
Fly ball center field. Hicks back for out number 2. Obviously, the Twins had a lot of problems last year. But to be swept 4 times in a 4-game series, that's not good. That's not good.
That's not good.
Callaspo, the batter.
We've seen this too many times last year, the last 3 years, where the starters have just put the Twins offense behind the 8 ball right off the get-go. It's going to do starting here this afternoon.
First pitch strike to Callaspo. The only other game in progress, in case you're wondering why there was a more than 6-minute delay earlier this inning, the only other game in progress is in St. Louis. The Reds are playing there. The Indian game has been postponed at home against the Padres. 1-1. So we'll have to wait and see if we'll get an explanation as to why it took more than 6 minutes to rule Lowry's ball to be foul. 1-1. Foul back. One and two. Correa trying to wrap up another
bad inning.
Scoring inning. Yeah, bad inning. 2-2. 55 pitches, 33 strikes.
We saw this from Nolasco yesterday, kind of all over the place. They just don't seem to be in sync with that fastball. Correa opening up very quickly out on that mound, and his release point all over the place.
Full count. That'll allow Moss to leave early from first. It started at the very start of the second inning. Moss drew a walk. 3 hits followed. The third inning here, a 1-out walk. 2 hits have followed. Foul back. Probably a good idea not to walk people then. Another 3-2 coming.
Just watching Correa out of that stretch position, and he's kind of going more toward first and sometimes toward home plate.
Right center field. Colabello will chase it. He won't get there. And with the full count, Moss was able to get a good jump, and he'll score easily. More trouble for Correa. Another blast to the gap. And it's a 5-1 ball game.
Callaspo picking up his 3rd RBI of the year on his 2nd hit, an RBI double.
Looks right down the middle.
Almost, I'm watching Correa and I'm trying to figure out, but he's really leaning, almost pushing out toward first base. You usually fall maybe toward say, the left-handed hitter's batter's box. Correa really opening up and releasing that ball. A quick trip to the mound by Rick Anderson.
Reddick will hit. He drove in a run with a single last inning. Twins have overused their bullpen through the first week, and now Correa struggling to keep this game within reach here. It's already 5-1. Outside, ball one. Reddick off to a slow start, but he spanked an RBI single last inning. Two and 0. 60 pitches already for Correa.
Well, he can just not get that fastball where he wants to, and he usually has excellent control.
Most of the road trip, you can understand pitchers with their control being off, as cold as it was, but that can't be used as an excuse here today. Driven foul on a 3-0 pitch, already leading by 4. Reddick is green lighted, hooking it foul. I think in that one shot you saw both the manager and the pitching coach shake their head side to side.
Really flying open. For some reason not going toward his zone that he's trying to throw to it.
High fly to right. Colabello being kept busy out there, isn't he? That's the third out. 3 more runs for the Oakland A's. Now Trevor Plouffe will lead off the third for the Twins. 3, 4, and 5 batters. Plouffe, Colabello, and Pinto. Hoping to get back on the board. They gave up a couple runs in the top of the second. The Twins got one back quickly and had a chance to do more damage. And now they'll try to answer a 3 spot. Chopped toward the hole, and Plouffe on the first pitch gets a base hit. A lot of action already in this game. A 5-1 lead. Let's get caught up.
Well, the Oakland A's took an early 2-0 lead. An RBI double by Sepulveda scores Moss. Another RBI by Reddick makes it a 2-0 lead. But the Twins come back with one of their own. Aaron Hicks An RBI double scored Suzuki, and then in the third inning, the A's came back with a 3-run third inning.
We'll bring up Colabello, who hit a ground ball just like Plouffe a moment ago. His first time up, he takes inside a ball. Just joined us. Colabello named the Co-American League Player of the Week along with Josh Hamilton. Plouffe aboard, nobody out. The Twins want to answer with a point or two here in the bottom of the third. Changeup away. Gardenhire says the thing he likes about Colabello, he's there to swing the bat. He loves to mash the baseball. He's got a hitter's count at 2-0. 3-0. Has not drawn a walk yet this year.
That's a good take right there, because you want to swing the bat, but the ball is just a little low, and that ball right there is probably a little pop up or a ground ball, so he took a good pitch in a hitter's count.
A 4-pitch walk, the first walk taken by Colabello this year. Now a single, a walk, and the Twins are starting to make some noise.
Well, the Hardy Order has done a very good job for the Twins. Colabello 9 for 23. He's picked up 11 RBIs. Trevor Plouffe doing a very good job. There's Plouffe's numbers. He's driven in 7.
Pinto at the plate. Same situation he found himself in the first inning. Plouffe's at second, Colabello's at first. This time, though, no one out. Driven to right center field. Reddick back. He makes the catch. Tagging from second. Advancing to third is Plouffe on a well-hit drive from Pinto. That'll bring up the veteran Jason Kubel.
Yeah, good base running by Trevor Plouffe, tagging up on that, realizing that Pinto hit it good, but it's going to go to deep right field, probably be caught, so he tags up and gets into scoring position just 90 feet away rather than 180.
So far, Kubel is 0 for 4 against lefties, hoping for a big hit here. Kubel returning to target field. He was the first player to hit a home run in this ballpark in a game that mattered. Blocked by Norris, ball 1.
I think all the players of the excitement of opening day here at Target Field, this guy right here probably as nervous as anybody. You come back, you want to make a good impression. You came to spring training with high hopes of making the ball club, signing a minor league deal. He did that. Now get an opportunity to play where he first came up, and that's Minnesota.
He chose to leave. He left as a free agent and then chose to come back. Remember the scene, Kubel hit the first home run here against the Red Sox on opening day. The fan was willing to surrender the baseball that he caught in exchange for a Joe Mauer bat. Stryack at the knees. We just got the official word the Twins adding some infield help.
Yeah, Eduardo Nunez from the New York Yankees. For left-handed pitcher the Twins gave up, Miguel Sabadra.
2-1 to Kubel. 2-2. No question the Twins are concerned about Pedro Florial. Nunez was utility player, but mainly a shortstop for the Yankees. An awful lot of playing time. Another guy that was figuring to maybe fit into the shortstop mix. Jason Bartlett's now on the disabled list.
They were looking for Nunez, I remember, to take over for Derek Jeter at shortstop eventually.
Checked his swing, we think. Yep, 3-2. 1 out. Twins down by 4, and a chance to climb back into the game here in the bottom of the third. Suzuki on deck. Bello doesn't have much running speed at first. Here's a drive to right field. Off the wall. 1 run will score. Colabello to third. He'll be held there. Kubel with an RBI double. And the Twins answer with at least one here in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
Well, it looked like a breaking ball right there. Kubel staying back nicely and hitting it off the wall in right field. Of course, that wall comes out, that limestone comes out a little bit, and Reddick didn't know exactly where this ball was going to hit. Was it going to hit off the limestone or the wall underneath it? And it hit underneath, and then Karam passed him. Kubel picking up an RBI, his 5th of the year, on his 4th double.
Young to the mound. It's been a rough start for Scott Kazmir as well, but he's still got a 3-run lead with the tying run now at the plate in Kurt Suzuki. Silveron, by the way, the pitcher the Twins traded. Dan Otero warming up in the Oakland bullpen. The pitcher the Twins traded to get Nunez was the pitcher the Twins got when they traded Drew Butera to the Dodgers last year. Spot here for Suzuki again. He singled and scored in the 2nd inning. Now he can drive in a couple of runs with a hit to the outfield. Inside, 1-1. A 5-2 game. The Twins had a threat in the 1st, didn't score, and a couple of runners left aboard in scoring position in the 2nd inning. When they did score a run, fouled back, and it's 1-1.
Kazmir's pitch count now at 60. Correa 59 pitches over his first 3 innings. Both starters struggling.
One and one to Suzuki. The line foul over the hand of Joe Favre. 1-2. And 2 to the Twins catcher. Ball to second. It'll score a run. Low throw, and Moss makes the catch. And coming in from 3rd is Colabello. And now he's walked and scored, and it's a 5-3 ball game.
Yeah, you'd like Suzuki to get a base hit right there, but he does drive in a run with the infield playing back, and the Twins only down by 2. So Suzuki picks up his 6th RBI of the year.
Hicks. It's an off-speed pitch for a strike. Hicks took a pitch down and away and drilled it to the gap in right center field for an RBI double. I had him on his way to 3rd base even with the throw. There's a high pop-up down the left field line. Cespedes squeezes it to end the inning. Couple for the Twins. It's still a 5-3 ball game as we head to the 4th. by double time now for you to tweet your photo using hashtag TwinsFanPhoto for a chance to have it shown in an upcoming game broadcast brought to you by AT&T. We had a 9-inning, 3-hour, and 55-minute ball game yesterday in Cleveland. We're on a similar pace here today.
Hopefully the results will be the same. That's with the Twins' victory, so they're going to have to fight back here. But it's up to Kevin Correa right here to put a 0 on the board. He has really been fighting his control, really flying open quickly.
And you said that's kind of what you saw from Ricky Nolasco yesterday, too, right?
This is where you have to make an adjustment if you're a starting pitcher. You have to get into the 6th and 7th inning somehow to find out what's working. You have to make the adjustment throughout the ball game. And I always went to down and away. I wanted that fastball down and away, and that's all I focused on when I was struggling with my control, because he's flying open right now, and his arm is dragging, and it's all over the place.
2-0.
That's a better pitch right there. Trust your stuff. You know, sometimes pitchers have a tendency to say, oh, you know, they have already 6 hits, you know, I'm not in my zone. Still trust your stuff. Throw that sinker down. Keep it down. Get a quick out, hopefully.
2-1 to Norris. Sogard will follow.
It all keys off the fastball. We didn't see it from Nolasco yesterday, and Kevin Correa, good fastball in right there to even the count.
Correa's problems have come right after walks. A leadoff walk in the 2nd, then the A's got 3 hits and 2 runs. A 1-out walk in the 3rd, and then 3 of the next 4 batters got hits, and they scored 3 runs.
And when you walk somebody, what do you have to do? You have to go out of that stretch position. And that's where he's really flying out even more.
And there's a curveball, and it's drilled to center field for a base hit.
Well, that breaking ball right there. A hitter's breaking ball to hit was stayed up.
Leadoff man on in the 4th. When you join the Twins season ticket family this year, you'll be hitting the sweet spot. Season ticket owners receive a variety of benefits that offer exclusive benefits, starting with 2014 All-Star Game ticket purchase priority. Call 800-33-TWINS or visit twinsbaseball.com, because there's a season ticket plan that fits every fan. Sogard, the batter, lined into a double play. His first time up. Strike at the knees. He had a sinking line drive. Colabello got enough of a good break on the ball to make a diving catch, and then while still lying in the outfield grass, he threw to second to double off the runner Callasco. 1 strike. Fouled away. 2 strikes.
Samuel Deduno starting to loosen up. Sogard coming over from the Padres organization in his 5th season with the A's.
To center. Hit almost right at Hicks. And it'll move us back to the top of the order, and Sam Fuld. Twins hoping to reestablish home field advantage. Just home field competitiveness would be nice. This team has struggled over the last 3 years. They have averaged, in those 3 miserable years, 49 losses at home.
Yeah, we talked about that in the pregame. That's one thing that I highlighted. The Twins need to win at home. In 2010, when they went to postseason against the Yankees, they were 53-28 here at home at Target Field in the first year. But then followed 11, 12, 13, 33, 31, 32 wins. And then 48, 50, and 49 losses.
1-1.
So over the last 3 years here in their home ballpark, they are 96 and 147.
And we just came from Cleveland. And that's one thing the Indians did with the snap of their fingers. They had a better team, obviously, but they took care of business at home. Fuld with a swing and a miss, 1-2.
A good pitch right there by Correa. Good, like a cutter down and in. Might have been just the fastball.
One and two. Just off the plate, 2-2.
Cole signing as a free agent last year with the Tampa Bay Rays. There, the numbers right there at home the last 3 years.
Not because of that, but you saw under the Target Field sign in Minnie and Paul, the Twins have put some evergreen trees up there again in a different location. There goes the runner at first, and the pitch lifted to left. And retreating is Kubel, and he makes the catch. Ball had more carry than I thought, given the wind blowing in from left. But sometimes in ballparks, you look at the flags, and the wind has just the opposite effect.
Right, exactly. We saw that in Chicago, even though the wind was blowing hard in. Piazza, how many? He had a couple home runs, into that wind because of the swirl. The jet stream.
The channel.
The channel, yes.
2 down, runner still at first, and here's Lowry. The Twins desperately need Correa to pitch better, pitch deeper into the ballgame than it looks like he might. Back to Correa, but not fielded cleanly. And that takes care of it with Floramo. Picking up the ground ball, stepping to the bag, and only 4 men batting the fourth. Can you kayak and experience the rugged shoreline of Lake Superior in the historic Split Rock Lighthouse? For more unique travel ideas, visit exploreminnesota.com. Post your experiences to #OnlyInMN. Nearby Split Rock State Park offers spectacular views of that magnificent lighthouse, scenic trails, pristine campsites along Lake Superior. Pedro Florimon will lead things off in the fourth. Scott Kazmir has struggled every bit as much as Kevin Correa, but he still has a 2-run lead. Florimon, Dozier, and Mauer here in the fourth. Fly ball center field. Full, started in, now going back. And he makes the catch one away.
Well, the Oakland A's last year, I mean, they had 5 horsemen in that rotation, did a great job. Well, Bartolo Colon, of course, became a free agent. He signed with the Mets. Griffin on a disabled list. Parker having a Tommy John surgery. And Maloney right now not in the rotation, so some new faces. Sonny Gray, as they feel, might be the ace in the years to come.
Pitch is called a strike to Brian Dozier. Dozier thought it was high.
So they went out in the free market and signed Scott Kazmir. to a 2-year contract.
Remarkably, he's just one of 4 players on this Oakland team that's under contract beyond this year. He just left Cleveland, and the Indians are signing players they believe they're core players to one extension after the other. They're probably going to get Justin Masterson done before the All-Star break. At least that would be my guess. The ball laced to the glove of Sogard. Fine play by Eric Sogard, spearing Dozier's line drive.
What a nice play by Sogard, going hard to his left, diving, and coming up with that line drive out. Dozier hitting this ball sharply. Fastball out over the plate, and Dozier just going to take to right field, and Sogard leaping and making the line drive out. Nice concentration, nice catch.
2 down, Bauer at the plate. A couple of well-hit balls here in the 4th inning, but nothing to show for it. Bauer struck out in the 1st, came up with runners at 2nd and 3rd, and 2 out in the 2nd, and hit a ground ball to Brandon Moss to wrap up the threat. 1 strike. Oh, 2.
A lot of breaking balls to Joe. And another one.
3 pitches. Kazmir has his best inning. Return on this home opening day. We'll be joined by one of Minnesota's own and one of the Twins fans' favorite, Kent Hrbek, coming up next.
Hey, Joe, what's Hrbek doing? He's giving me some pointers on playing first base.
So you got to keep your glove firmly on his leg like this, just in case he falls off. There you go. He's out.
You think that's legal? It's probably a little bit of a gray area.
In case that doesn't work, try this.
It's like getting painting lessons from Michelangelo himself.
Well, the man's been the star of some of the more popular Twins commercials. The Big Lebowski one a couple of years ago, and now this one. Kent Hrbek, nice enough to join us here on a beautiful day at this beautiful ballpark. Isn't this something?
I told my wife when we were watching the game, second inning, I said, it doesn't even feel like the opening day. It's too warm.
Yeah.
It just feels weird.
How many times did you get to pick up TC?
Oh, you got to have TC on, is what you said. But TC, we about killed the poor guy. But there was no, I think I tweeted that there was no injuries to animals during the filming. No, he had a tough day because it was warm out there, but it was really a fun time. That's it.
Well, you know, it's funny when you make those commercials, it's always the first take is probably the one they use.
Exactly.
But they say, can you do that again?
One more.
Can you roll your eyes when you do that?
That magic word from the cameraman. One more.
1 and 2 to Josh Donaldson, Dick Bramer, Burt Blyleven, joined by Twins Hall of Famer Ken Herbeck. A lot of focus has been on Joe's conversion from catcher to first base, and of course you were a natural over there. I know you worked very hard at it, but that was the only position you played. How do you think it's gone over there so far?
Joe's done fine. I mean, he played, last year over there he played a few times. That was a nice pitch.
Second strikeout for Correa against Donaldson.
He played there last year, so he knows what he's doing. I mean, this is something not brand new to him. Now it's an everyday thing, and he's going to have to concentrate on that, not to worry about the pitching staff or anything like that. The only thing I've seen him do so far, and I actually talked to Timmy Lawton earlier about this. I don't know if Timmy said anything on the air today because I was at the ballpark, but he has panicked a couple times.
On ground balls.
On ground balls, and hopefully he stays down there nice and easy on the boy Joe.
On cue, Moss in the ground ball to Joe Mauer.
Thank you.
Does Joe rely on, say, the bench to tell him how far to play off the bag or the line?
He'll learn that. All depending on how far he's playing off the bag, how comfortable he is getting to the bag, how the guy's throwing on the ground ball is short. You have to, for some of us guys who are really swift of foot, we could be back farther. And some guys who couldn't move very well had to be a little closer to the bag. And you got to make sure you get the first base on the ground ball. You know what I'm saying? First of all, and be comfortable and get ready to field the ball. So Joe's got to learn that stuff.
Someone that pitched when you were playing first, you did a great job of going to your right. Because it's our responsibility to get over there to cover it. But seeing Joe in spring training sometimes, that's probably the one, okay, the ball hit to my right, do I go after it or do I have to go first? Right.
Yeah, and then, that's where you learn when you're playing with your second baseman, how much room your second baseman can cover. I always tried to get as much as I could. I liked, and I didn't even like the fact that if I didn't go get the ball, or if I did make a couple steps to my right to try to go get it and turn around and go back to the bag and then turn around and look at the guy throwing back from second base, you get yourself screwed around on the ground. And that was one of the harder plays, is when you did make a first couple steps towards it and then try to come back to it. So a lot of times maybe you do make a couple steps, get out of the way, and hopefully the pitcher's doing his job, hopefully, and gets over to first base. And
they are the best athlete out there.
Well, I forgot.
2-1 to Cespedes with 2 gone.
How about one more thing real quick? Cutoff.
Yeah, there's all different places with who's on the base.
There's a lot more than just playing first base.
Oh, that's what I've been telling everybody. They didn't put Joe over there to get him away from doing nothing, because there's a lot of stuff going on there. Believe me. Ooh, that one's right back up here.
Back over our head.
There's a lot of things over our head.
I asked Joe about that, and he said, the relays really haven't been a problem because he's been catching and he's seen the relay and he's seen where Justin Morneau is supposed to play on a single to the right field corner or whatever. So he has some background with that, but he said, the biggest thing is how far off the bag can I play?
Right.
And to get back to the bag to receive a throw.
Right. And he'll get comfortable with that after a while.
And now a pop.
Yeah, watch this.
Man, we're going to turn him into a Gold Glover here.
Yes.
Wow. Jeez, that was impressive. What else do we need here? We need
1, 2, 3 inning.
We need one down the line behind his head next. Okay, thank you.
To 3 as we head to the bottom of the 5th. I'm Jamie Hirsch inside the Minnesota Lottery Winners Circle with a birthday girl, Alicia, celebrating 29 years today. Alicia, everyone has their opening day story. What's yours?
Mine is my husband was ever so nice enough to buy me this as my birthday present.
Well, that's great. We're going to give you another birthday present, $100 worth of scratch-offs to the Minnesota Lottery. Help you celebrate a little bit.
Thank you. Woo! Go Twins!
And Bert, of course, we know you just celebrated your big birthday yesterday, so she said belated happy birthday to you.
Well, thank you. 364 more days until my next
You know what?
birthday.
It sounds like she's had a little more than something for her birthday there. She might have had a few beverages.
Lowry fires across to Moss, one away.
Nothing wrong with that.
No.
It is your birthday.
That's right. That's right. Why not celebrate at the ballpark?
That's right.
I think she's had more than a hot dog and a Coke.
Hey, you've got a World Series ring on your right finger there. Bert has one as well. You've got one from
Yeah, these are cheap.
No, I know that. So you had a great career with 2 World Championships. Your number retired. You're a Twins Hall of Famer. Do you ever regret that you didn't get a chance to play in an outdoor ballpark as your home ballpark like Cardinals?
I did.
Well, Met Stadium very early on for a little bit. You know what I mean?
30 days.
Almost all of your career was spent indoors.
You know what? It was a big thing when the dome was being built. And you're playing inside, and the weather was always the same. I mean, this is the ultimate here, playing in this stadium, I'm sure. When you're playing at the dome, for me, when they played at the dome, I really liked that there was a roof over your head. It's a great place for a hitter. I don't know about Bert saying anything about pitching there because you were in front of pitch.
Well, you know what? We were guaranteed to start at 7 o'clock.
Right.
I like that as a starting pitcher.
1 and 2 to Colabella.
I didn't. Hey, I was just lucky that I had a job. I don't care. I'm not going to start getting picky and say, "Hey, I wish I could play." I'm not going to play here because I'm going to play outside. I mean, I was playing at home. Getting to play at the ballpark. But you know what? After I got retired, after I did retire, I went to start watching the ball games and became a fan again. And I couldn't stand watching the baseball game in there. It was terrible. And this is
right.
You go from the, what do they call that? The outhouse to the penthouse. Yeah.
Well, in your own way, you left your mark here when they had legends.
Literally.
Yeah, they took about a 3-foot divot out of the first base coaches.
Herbie, you grew up in Wilmington. You went to opening days at the old Met. You know, of course, a big part of the success at the Metrodome for the Twins. But now here, as a fan now, you mentioned you're a fan now.
Right.
I mean, opening days, it's beautiful.
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, opening the gate thing, it doesn't seem like such a big deal, but it is really cool to see the people coming in the gates and the looks on their faces and how excited they are to come in and look at the ballpark again and be back. And I don't know if I said, I hope you guys are smiling because you're excited about the team, not because of, they're going in to have some food and
you
this and
opened
that.
up your gate 14. I had the honor of opening up gate 3 with Harmon.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you see the people, they're just excited to come in the ballpark.
Bello strikes out number 2, and now Kazmir has set down 7 men in a row since Kubal's RBI double.
Good changeup right there, the 5th strikeout for Scott Kazmir.
I don't think he wanted it up there, though, Bert. It was up a little high. He didn't want it up there. He got get through it.
Hey, I know you're here. We our hearts and prayers are out to Frank Viola. He's moving around now in New York and up and around.
Yeah, sounds like
went well.
I've run into a number of people today asking me if I've heard anything about Frank. And I guess the last thing I did is we did a little texting together about how Frank was doing. And it sounds like he's doing all right. Everything's going well.
5 days ago, Frank Viola had open heart surgery and had, you said, a narrowing of an artery.
No, it was
expansion.
I mean, he had that, but what the procedure was narrowing.
It was to put a sleeve
right,
on that.
Right.
Yeah, he told me. I talked to him like 4 days before he had it. He had like 3.7 centimeters or something was normal. His was like 6 something, like twice the size. Where it was any time it could have exploded and you could have aneurysm. So it was a pretty spooky deal for him. He was really scared about it. Well, we wouldn't be.
Pinto took a close pitch down around the knees. It's 2-2, trying to get something started with 2 gone here in the 5th.
So, Frankie, if you're listening, our prayers are with you, buddy. Well.
3-2, Kubel on deck.
you think about it, but one of the first things I remember him saying about it is he was telling his guys to go get him, his players on his team from the Mets and AAA.
Las Vegas, right.
And the first thing he was saying, go get them, guys. You know, he wasn't even worried about himself. He's enjoying it. Sounds like he's enjoying his pitching coach days in AAA right now.
Earlier, Colabello took his first walk of the year, and now Pinto takes one. That gets Kubel to the plate, representing the tying run.
He had a great at-bat in the third inning, RBI double. Got a breaking ball up and lined it off the wall in right field.
I tell you what, he has looked good swinging the bat, hasn't he? I mean, he's just been solid. A nice ball he hit early his last at bat, like you said, off the left-hander up here.
You know, a lot of times, Herbie, people don't realize that when you're hurt, it's hard to go up there and hit. I mean, Kubel last year, coming off a 30 home run season 2 years ago with the Diamondbacks, last year hurt. You know, and I talked to him in spring training, so yeah, I feel good.
Yeah, the same thing as pitching, Bert. Same deal. I don't care what the heck. I don't care if you're golfing or doing what. If you got something that's bugging you a little bit, it's going to make a difference.
1-0 to Kubel. Pitch tracks presented by Chrysler.
If you can't hit and you feel well, that means you stink. Right? Yeah. you just can't play. That's what Gaetti always used to tell me. I feel good and I still stink.
Hey, since you mentioned it, Gary used to manage this guy a couple of years ago with the Sugarland Skeeters. Here's the ball bounced to the right side. And Kubel will be retired. That ends the fifth inning. Our thanks to Ken Herbeck. Always good to see you.
Thanks, Rex.
And we'll see you on
We'll see you this summer.
Minnesota.
Thanks, guys.
Beautiful day at the ballpark. The score needs a little work. Twins will try to do something about that in the second half of this game. It's 5-3. Alberto Callaspo will lead things off against Kevin Correa, who's had his two best innings in the last two innings, and so too Scott Kazmir has had his best innings in the middle innings, and I wonder whether it has anything to do with the shadows you mentioned before. The shadows now extending beyond the mound. The pitcher himself is in the shadows. Inside, and it's 2-0.
Yeah, we could have asked Ken Herbeck about that, but you talk to hitters, and we've talked to hitters over the years with the shadows going down, and it's hard to pick up the rotation of the baseball, whether it's, you know, the four-seamer, the breaking ball.
2-0. Hicks catches the liner one away. Get complete coverage of today's home opener on FoxSportsNorth.com with pictures, highlights, reaction from the locker room, and Tyler Mason's game analysis. One gone. Josh Reddick will hit an RBI single and a fly ball to right for the Oakland right fielder. Breaking ball down and in. I mentioned an inning or so ago, the A's are going about business. Also to second. Easy play for Dozier, 2 down. They're going about business the opposite method than the Cleveland Indians, who are trying to secure all their foundation core players to long-term deals, and the A's are pretty much telling most of these guys anyway, hey, we'll go year to year with you guys, and if something happens, we get a better offer, you're gone.
But you know what? It's been paying off, that philosophy under Billy Beane and the organization, pretty well.
2 down, and here's Derek Norris.
They won the West Division the last couple of years.
There's a deep drive to left center field. That ball's crushed and gone. A home run for Norris, his first of the year. And it is 6-2, 6-3, excuse me.
First home run that Kevin Correa has allowed. Norris not wasting any time, showing off his power. Going into the bullpen area here at Target Field. Pretty much right down the heart of the plate. And Norris getting out early. He's that ball a long way.
Eric Sogard, a couple of outfield flies, a sinking liner. Colabello made a nice play to catch it and then throw to second to get a double play. Got the Twins off the field in a long 2-run second inning.
This is the 6th home run hit by the Oakland A's, this being their 7th game.
Twins have now been out homered 10-3. And the 3 home runs the Twins have hit have been solo home runs. 1-1 to the Oakland second baseman. Hicks coming in, will play it on a hop, 2-out single. That'll bring up Sam Fuld, but it'll bring out Ron Gardenhire to relieve Kevin Correa. A good outing for Correa with 6 earned runs, 9 hits. Control issues that really bit him hard in the 2nd and 3rd inning.
A couple outings now for Correa. The multi-run innings have really hurt him. They hurt him in Chicago, hurt him here this afternoon.
Now a 6-3 ball game. Join the Fox Sports North April 30th at the 10th annual Kids in the City event, benefiting Boys and Girls Clubs of the Twin Cities. The event starts with a pregame party at Fulton Brewery, followed by the Twins and Dodgers game. Celebrating The Fox Sports North Boys and Girls Club All-Stars. Cost is $75, includes food and drinks, along with a ticket to the game. You can visit foxsportsnorth.com and click on the More tab for details.
Well, Samuel Doduno coming out of the bullpen, making his third relief appearance. He worked on Wednesday in Chicago, ended up getting the loss in the 11 innings, 7-6 loss to the White Sox. Then he worked one shutout inning on Friday against the Indians in the Twins' 7-2 loss.
2 outs that came early and quickly here in the 6th inning, then a home run and a single. And now Sam Fuld with a runner at first and 2 down. And common throw over to first to see if a speedy runner wants to take off on the first pitch of a new pitcher. Down low, ball 1. This is Doduno's role for the time being. The Twins remain convinced that their rotation will be a lot better. There's been precious little evidence of that so far this year, but they do believe that. And if that evolves, if that happens, Doduno's role will be coming out of the pen. Most often, I would think the hope is that he would start an inning, but Correa unable to get through the 6th inning. And then it might be that Doduno will be asked to go a number of innings after that.
Almost the same role as Anthony Swarzak from time to time.
2-1.
Doduno, 30 years old, in his 3rd season with the Twins. Last year as a starter, 18 starts, 8 wins, 8 losses, good ERA at under 4 at 3.83. Just throughout his career, it started with the Rockies. Always control has been an issue.
Chopped foul, came up and got Sogard.
But he's got such great movement. I mean, even right there, a fastball, but still has a little sink on it where hitters seem to get on top of it. A lot of ground ball outs when he is on.
Movement is great if, as a pitcher, you can control it. And Doduno himself says, I throw the fastball. I sometimes have no idea where it's going. 2-2.
So, hopefully your catcher knows.
Swing and a miss, and Doduno with an 89-mile-per-hour sinker strikes out Fuld. Another run for the A's, and they've got a 6-3 lead. Presented by Toyota. Let's go places. To find your nearest Toyota dealer and check out our current offers, visit buyatoyota.com. And by Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, for the everyday competitor in all of us. Kazmir settled into a bit of a groove here. Now he's got a 3-run lead to face the bottom third of the Twins lineup. Suzuki, Hicks, and Florimon, with Suzuki taking ball 1. And now strike 1-1.
Kazmir in his debut for the Oakland A's last Wednesday threw 94 pitches in 7 1/3 shutout innings against the Cleveland Indians. Won that game again 6-1.
Hopped up, deep short. Oh, Lowry never saw it. And coming in is Cespedes to make the catch. Jed Lowry may have lost that ball in the shadows of home plate. For some reason, he never saw that ball go up. And thankfully, Cespedes from left field came in to make the catch.
Well, you see right there, he lost it right off the bat and has no idea. You know, Sogard thought he had it, but Cespedes comes in and makes the catch. That ball was up there in the air, allowed the left fielder to come all the way in.
And Lowry looked up and was staring right up into the sun, and you can see him now trying to shade his eyes with both the bill of his cap and his glove. It'll be a helpless feeling. You look up and all you see is old Saul in the sky. 1-0. Now a roller left side, gobbled up by Donaldson. 2 down. Kazmir, after a rough first 3 innings, has really settled down. 2 down. Pepsi fans of the game, we'll just assume that most of them are Minnesotans, if not North Dakotans, Iowans, South Dakotans, who endured a terrible winter thinking of this day to get outside and watch a ball game. 2 down, and here's Florimon.
And what a beautiful day it has been.
Just joined us, the Twins making a move, trading a minor league pitcher they acquired last year when they traded Drew Butera to the Dodgers. Traded that pitcher to the Yankees for Eduardo Nunez. There's a chopper left side, and that'll bleed through. And Florimon, it's just his second hit of the season. He's now 2 for 19.
Yeah, first hit for the Twins since the 3rd inning.
Twins need a jolt here. Dozier can provide it. He's 0 for 3. But I think the concern was Florimon didn't hit well in spring training. Granted, he got a late start with the appendectomy, and he hasn't hit the ball well this year during the first week of the regular season. Melvin coming to the mound here. Kazmir has gone through the Twins lineup 3 times. Montero's been warming up. And also warming up.
I think Bob Melvin wanted to go out and make sure if he had anything left in a tank right here. Like to get Kazmir through 6 innings.
Again, in the first 6 games, Oakland's just 3-3, but their starting pitchers have allowed 3 runs or less in all 6 games, with a minimum of 6 innings pitched. And Kazmir is 1 out away from doing that again here today. Sure takes down and away a ball.
Kazmir last year again 3-0, a 1.45 ERA and 5 starts when he was with the Indians against the Twins. Dozier did hit a home run against him last year in one of his starts.
2-0
in Cleveland back on May 4th. Excuse me, June 21st in the home run.
To Brian Dozier. Pop foul and out of play.
See the pitches per inning, 100 total so far. Kazmir making his 110th Major League start. He has 77 wins, 70 losses, 1 complete game. of coming back in 2006 when he shut out the Boston Red Sox when he was with the Tampa Bay Rays. One complete game and 210 starts.
Early on last year, the Indians kind of treated Kazmir gingerly. They didn't expect too much from him. They got 5 innings. They were thrilled with that, and then stretched him out a little bit because of his history of arm problems. Going to Dozier. Lifted to right. And retreating a few steps is Reddick. And Kazmir's completed 6 innings, and he comes off the mound with a 3-run lead. Here's our Grand Casino story of the game.
Well, Oakland took a 2-0 lead in the top of the 2nd inning. Twins came back with one of their own in the bottom of the 2nd. Aaron Hicks with an RBI double. But Oakland 3 runs in the top of the 3rd. Twins came right back with 2 more in the bottom, making a 5-3 ball game. And then we just saw Norris hit a solo home run, his first of the year, made it a 6-3 A's lead.
Jed Lowry will lead off the Oakland 7th. This is the role that Duno, the Twins hope, will excel at. Now shutting things down for a number of innings. Got the Twins off the field in the 6th, and now you can imagine Duno being asked to get through the 7th and 8th inning, putting a couple of zeros up. He's got the stuff you've talked about. He's not someone the other team necessarily wants to try to face. I think we got that reaction from people when he was a starter, but now they're looking for a shutdown long reliever in Sam Duno.
Well, you know what? If he does that enough, he may find himself in that starting rotation. You know, I mean, that's your ultimate goal when you're in this role. He had success last year, and you can see that at the ankle area of Lowry.
That's what we saw in his outing against the White Sox, an inability to command a sharp breaking ball.
It's got to be hard to throw that ball, too, because Duno right now is in the sun. You can almost see the sun as he goes through his windup right into his eyes. But the right ankle, Jed Lowry, is barking right now.
Even hit him on the fly, or did it hit the dirt first?
Almost looked like it hit the dirt first. I mean, look at this. Right up on, I guess, maybe a little bit higher on the shin area. He's going to be coming out of the ballgame.
Wow. Well, it's not very often a pitch in the dirt hits a batter, and then even rarer that the batter then comes out of the ballgame.
Must have got him pretty good.
It'll be Nicky Punto who will go to first base. Let's see if he slides into first base.
Let's take a look right here. He lands right there and then jumps to get out of the way. And
you know what? He started grimacing before the ball hit him. He may have been trying to get out of the way of the pitch that he tweaked something. Punto got a nice rousing ovation when he was introduced in the pregame warm-ups, and again now as he enters the game as a pinch runner. Down low, ball 1. Lowry not getting any medical attention. 1-0. Swing and a miss, 1-1.
Good to see Nick Punto back here at Target Field. 7 seasons he wore a Twins uniform.
The last year and some change in the National League with the Dodgers left the Twins Series, or helped the Cardinals win one in 2011. Swing, miss, 2-2. Punto's value to the Twins came at so many different positions. If he was on the team, the season started and they were set in the infield and an opening came at third base, well then Punto became the regular third baseman. Tony Batista one year was supposed to be the third baseman for the Twins. Mike Lamb again, another third baseman the Twins brought in, and then it didn't take very long before Punto found himself playing regularly over there.
Right, a good athlete. You know, he could have been a pitcher, but
no, wait just a minute.
You know what's nice about Punto? This guy's a gamer too. Great attitude. He loves the game. He plays the game hard.
Foul. Donaldson hanging tough. Look at the subway in-game box score. The A's have done a nice job stringing things together. Solo home run in the 6th, but the other 5 runs were scored when at least 3 batters in a row reached base by a hit or walk. Kazmir the beneficiary. Up and in. 3-2. Now whether DeDuno can adjust to this role the Twins are asking him to fill, well, that's another matter. He's got to come in, throw strikes. He's just hit a batter. Now it's a full count. A little looper, and that's going to die in front of Kubel for a base hit. Punto alertly scampers to third.
Yeah, Nick Punto got a very good read on that little flare in the left field. And he did scoop to third base. Donaldson picks up his 2nd hit of the ball game. Puts runners at first and third, nobody out.
Now Brandon Moss will hit. The Twins already down by 3. We'll see how they play the infield.
You got to realize that DeDuno too, when he came over to the Twins from the Padres, they basically put him into rotation right away. He hasn't really been a reliever over the last couple of years. Only also in the minor leagues he started.
Swing and miss. Moss swinging late with that 91-mile-per-hour fastball.
Saw Donaldson do that in the same at bat. You're not real comfortable up there, especially, you know, he starts the inning off by hitting Lowry on a 1-hop shin area throw.
And a balk is called. 2nd balk already called on DeDuno this year. And Punto will come in from third base.
Take a look what he did right there. He's shaking off the signs, and then see that little flinch right there.
So a run in, another runner in scoring position. The first balk in Chicago was called when he didn't come to a complete stop. This was just a little bit of a quiver as he was in the stretch position, or looking in for the sign. retreat near the warning track to make the catch. Tagging from second, Donaldson. He will advance to third. Just one out. The Twins will probably have to the infield in here for Cespedes, who might be back here in July for the Home Run Derby, which will be here at Target Field.
Well, he put on quite a display at Citi Field in New York when he won the home run hitting contest. Most home runs in a single derby.
Josh Hamilton had the great show in 2008, but he didn't win the contest that year. Justin Morneau did.
He got tired.
Infield in. And a line drive to left. Google with the catch. Tagging is Donaldson. And a closer play than looked like it would be. A sacrifice fly and a couple of runs allowed by Deduno here in the seventh. Let's go to Jamie Hurd.
Thanks, guys. Well, you mentioned Yoenis Cespedes is, of course, the home run derby champ coming into this season. The longest home run ball he hit in that derby last year was 456 feet. And so we wanted to give you an idea kind of just how far that is from home plate. I'm way out here in left center field, and that's a bomb. That's an absolute moonshot. So that's just kind of something that you can look forward to this summer on that awesome Monday night here in July. Lots of room out here for all those home run derby balls to come flying through.
Thank you, Jamie. I guess my curiosity is focused in right field for the left-handed hitters who will be in the home run hitting contest, whether David Ortiz would agree to do it or not, but Josh Hamilton perhaps. But there's so little seating area down the right field line. You maybe want to buy a seat at Target Center with some of the long shots that are going to be hit.
Tell you what, if Jose Bautista is part of it, I would want a seat over the top. I mean, against the Twins pitchers, he hit a couple in that third deck up there. But that is a poke. Thank you very much, Jamie.
3-1. Deduno with a hit batter, a base hit, walk, 2 runs charged to him. And a high strike. This is exactly what the Twins didn't want to have happen. They needed the Twins to score the next 2 runs. That pitch up high and on strike anyway. Now fouled. The Astros give it one for 1. He never had to do it. Adjust to regular role duty as a relief pitcher. So I can't imagine what it must be like for Deduno, who was the most dominant starter the Twins had last year. It's to left center field, and Kubel over a few steps. That takes care of it. The 2 more runs for the A's. It's an 8-3 ball game. So if the Twins have a comeback here in the final 3 innings, they get something started here after a very quiet middle 3 innings. And now let's join the throng here at Target Field for God Bless America.
In the singing of God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans, white with fog. God bless America, my home, sweet home. Oh, God bless America, my
lead. And as promised earlier in the game, we have the AT&T fan photo of the game. Tweet your photo to hashtag Twins fan photo for a chance to be shown in an upcoming game broadcast brought to you by AT&T. Looks like a selfie for a Twins fan. Looking like Jason Kubel there, doesn't it?
Just a little. Don't tell Jason.
Fernando Abad will pitch for the Oakland A's as Joe Mauer comes to the plate in the 7th.
Yeah, Abad making his 3rd relief appearance in his 1st season with the Oakland A's. Came over from the Washington Nationals, where he was traded over in late November over the winter.
Punto stays in the game and short. And Mauer will lead things off. 0 for 3 against Kazmir with 2 strikeouts, and now another lefty there. And Abad delivers strike 1 on a breaking ball.
Yeah, Abad with a fastball, scouting for it, low 90s, big sweeping breaking ball. Just saw it right there to Joe Mauer, and a changeup.
Down 5 runs, 7th inning. It's unlikely the Twins are going to get this game tied up without somebody hitting a home run, and therein lies one of the problems for the Twins right now. 2 of their more potent home run hitters, Josh Willingham and Oswaldo Arcia, are both active on the roster, but in the dugout unable to play with wrist injuries.
Yeah, Arcia last year against the Oakland A's in the 7 games, he hit 4 home runs against the A's.
Speed pitch.
Nothing you can do about that.
Speed pitch called a strike to Mauer, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, Joe's getting a lot of off-speed pitch, a lot of breaking balls. Kazmir threw him a lot of curveballs, struck him out a couple times. Another that fastball at 95.
Got a piece to stay alive, still 1-2.
Abad from the Dominican Republic, 28 years old. Signed by the Houston Astros.
Another 1-2. Again, 95 in around the hands. 2-2. Mauer, Plouffe, Colabello, Pinto, Kubel, and the Twins hope a few more here in the bottom of the 7th. Inside 3-2. A's have a new closer, Jim Johnson. Twins saw pitch for the Orioles. Johnson's had a rough start to his season. You'd like to peck away at this thing here and get it to within a run or 2 and see what happens in the 9th. Mauer can get aboard here to lead off the 7th. Draws a walk. We'll bring up Blue. MLB.TV Premium, #1 live streaming sports service, is celebrating 12 years in the business. Join the millions of subscribers today. You can watch every out-of-market game live in true high definition on more than 400 devices. Visit twinsbaseball.com for details. Trevor Plouffe has reached twice, a walk in the 1st inning, a leadoff single, and a run scored in the 3rd. Strike over the inside corner. Speed pitch, a swing and a miss.
A pretty good breaking ball right there at 78 with that 90-mile-an-hour 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Watch his curveball right here. Good bite to it.
Or he even kind of caught it awkwardly. I think it broke more than he thought. Inside. Through a 96-mile-per-hour fastball, 1 down.
Country hardball right there, just right back and challenging. Trevor Plouffe threw it right by him. Plouffe Swinging through that fastball.
That'll bring up Colabello. Colabello 1 for 2 with a walk against Kazmir. Just a handful of at bats, but he's 5 for 9 against left-handed pitchers so far this year. And earlier today it was announced he is the co-American League Player of the Week along with Josh Hamilton. In the dirt, blocked by Norris. One and 0. And a strike. He's figured to have a really good bullpen again, even though the bullpen's filled with a lot of names you probably haven't heard much about. 2-0.
Changeup, first changeup he tried right there, missed outside.
Ten hits, 25 at bat. Great start for Colabello. Dribbler up the line. Abad picks it up and fires the first. And on the play, Mauer goes to second, 2 down. Bring up Osnil Pinto.
Yeah, that pitch right there got in on him, almost a check swing, but the ball stayed fair. The second out.
Pinto, strikeout, line out, and a walk. Teams in the American League, and almost half of them had 3-3 records today. 7 teams with 3-3 marks, including the Twins and the A's. Twins one of 6 teams in baseball that had to spend the first full week of the season on the road. Swing and the miss. It's 1-2 to Pinto.
Yeah, with that changeup, this time he got it over, down and away.
Check your swing. And it's 2-2.
Good fastball inside.
How about that? 2-2. Now 3-2 with Kubel on deck.
Came into this season with the Houston Astros and the Nationals with a record of 1-14 and ERA about 4.5.
Chopper left side. Donaldson fires to first, and that ends the threat. Leadoff walk does no damage, and we head to the 8th.
We've got a great doubleheader for you as the Minnesota Wild travel to Winnipeg to take on the Winnipeg Jets at the MTS Center. The Minnesota Wild, ever so close to punching their ticket to the postseason, play their final regular season road game. It's the Wild and the Jets right after Twins baseball. Now back to Target Field and Dick and Bert.
Hey, Kevin, thank you very much.
Yeah, we
hear that voice and go Wild.
We're not going to get to see Kevin until after the hockey season. Let's hope it's sometime in June.
We hope so, yes.
Not that we don't like to see Kevin or anything like that.
For the Wild.
Yeah. Reddick, Norris, Sogard, bottom third of the lineup to face Samuel Deduno.
Reddick with an RBI single, that coming in the 2-run second inning. Off of Kevin Correa, the starter for the Twins. And strike 3. Deduno picks up his second strikeout.
You look at Deduno's log so far. He's gotten 5 outs. He hit a guy, gave up a hit. He balked. He hadn't been a very tidy outing, but then he paints the corner with a breaking ball like that. And you see what stuff he has. I guess it's going to be frustrating for even Deduno to be unable to harness it and tighten other parts of his game up.
Well, he's been pitching since 2004 professionally. You think he's going to harness it overnight?
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah,
it's true.
One strike to Norris. Cranked a home run into the bullpen. There he is, last time up. Swinging a foul.
I mean, the kid works hard. You come out early, you see Deduno running and doing everything he's asked to. I'm sure he would like to start, but there was that competition in spring training between Worley and Diamond and Deduno, and it was Kyle Gibson that won it at the end.
Gibson's provided the only win for a Twin starter so far in this season. His 5-inning outing against the Indians on Saturday. It's Kyle Gibson, his 3rd major league win. 5 innings, gave up 1 run.
Well, he went out for the 6th and walked the batter, and then but all in all, very good outing.
2 strikes to Norris. Half swing, 1 and 2.
Well, Norris hit the home run in his last at bat in the 6th inning. Off of Kevin Correa, first home run that Correa had allowed.
The breaking ball and put in the right spot. It's unhittable, and Norris swings and misses. 2 down. Let's check out some news and notes from around baseball. The rookie Corota picked up the win. Derek Jeter's final home opener for the Yankees, but the Yankees lost their closer David Robertson to a hamstring injury. C.J. Wilson with another great outing for the Angels. Michael Walker did okay in the home opener for the Cardinals. Here's Sogard.
Good inning.
Up by Dozier eventually. And it's a 1-2-3-8 for Deduno.
to rally here as we head to the bottom of the 8th. Stick around after this for Twins Live, presented by CenturyLink. We'll take a look at both of today's starting pitchers, Scott Kazmir for the A's and Kevin Correa for the Twins. We'll break down those starts. We'll also look at Chris Colabello's hot start. Great day for him both in the field and at the plate. And, of course, we'll hear from manager Ron Gardenhire all next after the game on Twins Live. Guys.
All right, thank you, Jamie. It's been another frustrating game for that man who was hoping to have much better starting pitching at his disposal this year, and that hasn't happened yet, 7 games into the season.
And that's a key word yet. Let's hope that it sharpens up quickly.
Dan Otero coming in to pitch to the Twins in the 8th inning, starting with Jason Kubel.
Yeah, Otero making his second relief appearance. He worked an inning and 2/3 so far, a couple hits and a run allowed in his second season with the Oakland A's.
Kubel takes a strike at the knees. A's flooding the right side of the infield. Shift on for Kubel. Pop up right side. Heading out is Sogar, and he'll give way to right fielder Josh Reddick for the catch, 1-away.
Yeah, give it to the Gold Glove winner, Reddick.
Target Field suites are available for single game rentals this year. In fact, there are 3 kinds from which to choose that can handle groups from 16 to 96. Food and beverage is included in the price. Enjoy a Twins game in a private suite. Call 800-33-TWINS or find out more online at twinsbaseball.com/groups. Here's Kurt Suzuki. We've gotten to this point and we haven't remarked about what a great job the grounds crew has done to get this field ready. Getting the snow on the field is just part of the problem here. The 8-9 inches of snow that came on Friday had to be removed from the ballpark, chopped left side, backhanded by Punto. Low throw, but Moss with a stretch, 2 down.
Yeah, I mentioned it earlier. You know, Danny DeVito and his crew did a great job.
Larry DeVito.
Yeah, Larry DeVito. Yeah, Danny's brother. But that's what it looked like
on Friday with 8-9 inches.
I think they should have left it there. Wow.
Shoveling, pressure washing it. Only in Minnesota.
And then you have this.
Yeah, and then it's just gorgeous. A strike to Aaron Hicks, now hitting as a left-handed batter. An RBI double in the 2nd inning. And a fly ball to left and a ground ball to 3rd. 1-1. 2 teams will have an off day tomorrow, and then a couple of noon games here on Wednesday and Thursday. And the Royals come to town.
Yeah, first night game for the Twins will be Friday night. Good changeup right there by Otero. Otero last year started in AAA, got called up, did a great job out of the bullpen. 33 relief appearances, 2-0, 1.38 ERA. Morris asking for a changeup. Slow.
Royals with very high hopes for this season. They'll make their first appearance of the year at Target Field this weekend, just off the corner. I'll be very interested. Of course, hope is the Twins will be a better team. But the Twins are going to have to be better against Kansas City. It used to be the Twins would dominate the Royals, and
kind of like their second home for
regularly. There's a called 3rd strike, and Hicks is gone, and that ends the inning. And the Twins go down 1-2-3 in the 8th. An 8-3 lead. Samuel Deduno will try to wrap things up here for the Twins. Some big dates up ahead for baseball. Jackie Robinson Day coming up here in a little more than a week. Draft coming up in early June. Highlight here will be the All-Star game. You going back for the induction this year?
Yes, I am. Looking forward to it.
A lot of acceptance speeches this year.
6 of them.
Quite a change from last year when there were no living members being inducted. Dozier flips to Mauer and a quick first out. Fold retired.
I did not see the Futures game on that the highlights other than the All-Star game.
Oh no, and you take that personally because you're going to be managing one of the teams.
I saw Tom Kelly earlier.
I saw him too. I told him all my money is on him. I think your team's going to have the most fun, but I think TK's team is going to win.
Hey, TK said it best. Just hope nobody gets hurt.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
How'd you like to have that on your conscience? Here's Nick Punto. Punto entered the game as a pinch runner, ended up being balked home in the 7th inning by Deduno. Punto had a couple of really good years for the Twins.
Yeah, Nick's already in his 14th season at the major league level. Started with the Phillies, traded over to the Twins, and with the Cardinals, the Red Sox, Dodgers. Rare 248 hitter.
1 and 2.
Over 100 stolen bases for Nick Punto. Last year got to play a lot for the Dodgers. 116 games, hit 255.
You accidentally mentioned Danny DeVito, meaning Larry DeVito, but Danny DeVito, the actor, and Nick Punto had kind of a little kinship going out in Southern California last year when Punto was with the Dodgers.
They're the same size.
No, Nicky's got it beat by about a half a foot. 36 years old. Full count.
We saw Danny DeVito at Fenway Park many years ago.
I don't think I saw him.
Yes, he was in the suites to the left. He and his wife were there.
Rhea Perlman.
Yes,
from
right.
No relation to Larry DeVito.
No relation.
I don't believe I saw the man.
Yes, you were with me at Fenway Park.
Larry DeVito.
No, not Larry. Danny. Larry's brother.
Outside, Punto will take a walk with one gun in the night. Car Soup trivia with Punto walking to first. Got to be Chili Davis, I would think.
That would be my guess. And it is Chili Davis.
You look back at that team. I was talking about this with Dan Gladden, who first does radio work on the Twins radio network. You look back at that 1991 team, and the 1990 season was not a good season. Last place finish for the ball club. And the Twins went out and they signed 4 primary free agents: Jack Morris, Chili Davis, Mike Pagliarulo, and Steve Bedrosian. Here's a drive to center, and Hicks is there for the catch. And all 4 of them clicked. And that doesn't very often happen in baseball, but even Bedrosian, he was not a Cy Young Award caliber pitcher when he came to the Twins, but he was a serviceable, inning at a time guy, late inning, 7th, 8th inning, something like that. He did a nice job for the Twins in '91, and so too Pagliarulo, a platoon with Scott Leyes. Chili and Jack obviously were regular contributors.
Yeah, Chili was a teammate of mine with the Angels in '89. I'll tell you what, '89 and '90, good teammate. Switch hitter, power from both sides, as we showed you with the 29 home runs. But go back to '86 when Andy McPhail and put together Jeff Reardon and Al Newman came over.
Gladden really late that year.
Yep, in spring training. If you have the foundation, then you just add some pieces to the puzzle. You hope it works out. It did in '87. It did in '91. You look at the Twins right now, what direction are they going? They have some young, talented kids like Dozier and Florimon and Plouffe and Arcia and Hicks. But it all comes down to you need the horses on the mound.
Fouled at the plate. Yeah, and then soon to come, Buxton and Sano down the road. But you're right. I mean, what the Twins were reminded of painfully over the last 3 years. If you don't have good starting pitching, none of the rest of it matters.
Sad to say, it's important. You know, Samuel Laguna is trying to do one thing right here: finish, get out of this ball game right here in the 9th inning, and take some of the pressure off those guys in the bullpen. I mean, this is his 3rd full inning, and this is a role that you were talking about earlier, Dick. That you can take over in an 8-3 ball game and hopefully leave it at that. He's only given up 1 run, but mainly because himself. He hit a batter and then balked in a run. Well, he's picked up 4 strikeouts along the way.
3 1/3 innings of relief work for Deduno. The Twins find themselves down going on the 9th. Not a good score by any stretch of the imagination, but still nice for Minnesotans, North and South Dakotans, Iowans, Wisconsinites to get outside and see each other and enjoy some fresh air watching some ball. Ryan Cook will pitch for the A's, just activated today.
Yeah, Ryan Cook put on a disableness in spring training, right shoulder inflammation, and just activated. So Cook, his numbers last year, very consistent out of that bullpen. Look at the earned run average, 2.54, 67 strikeouts in 68 innings pitched for Cook in his 3rd season with the Oakland A's.
Florimon will lead things off. Florimon's reached a couple of times. Drew his first walk, picked up his 2nd hit. And the Twins announcing today that they have acquired Eduardo Nunez from the Yankees and assigned him to Rochester. There's Florimon trying to bunt his way aboard. 1 strike. Twins giving up a minor league left-handed pitcher they acquired from the Dodgers last year when they traded Drew Butera. If it's to provide some depth at short for the Twins, or whether it's intended to put a little heat on Florimon, maybe we'll see Nunez up here at the big league level. We'll have to wait and see. Nunez is a known quantity with Jason Bartlett on the disabled list. Have Eduardo Escobar on the 25-man roster, and he can certainly play short. 1-2 to Florimon. And Florimon Strikes out again, 1 away.
Nasty split finger right there by Ryan Cook. He picks up a strikeout.
Mentioned an off day tomorrow, and as nice as the weather was here today, it's supposed to be even nicer on Wednesday. Our CenturyLink to what's next. Jesse Chavez will pitch against Phil Hughes. You look at what Chavez did in his 2014 debut. He's just keep running good pitchers up against you. Phil Hughes hopes to make his target field debut a successful one as a Twin.
Yeah, Chavez wasn't scheduled to be in that rotation, but then with Parker going down and Griffin going down with injuries, getting the opportunity.
Up and in, 2-0 to Dozier. Talking about the bullpen and how it's been used an awful lot. If this were a 5-3 lead for the Twins, it might have been interesting to see how the 9th inning would play out. Dozier takes a 4-pitch walk. Glenn Perkins has pitched in 4 of the last 5 games. And don't know whether Perkins would be used today here or not. But again, getting back to your point with Duno finishing the ball game, bullpen outside of the Duno getting today and then tomorrow off as well. They should be lined up ready to go by Wednesday. Here's Bauer, 0 for 3. Put 1 ball in play today. Struck out twice. Hit a bouncer to first, and then in the 7th inning led the inning off with a walk.
Well, let's hope that Phil Hughes on Wednesday goes deep into the ball game, so they don't have to use 3 or 4 out of the bullpen. That would be the ideal situation.
Somebody needs to reset the bar here.
Yes.
So far what we've seen hasn't been any different than what we saw in the last 3 years. Somebody needs to go out and we sure thought Mike Pelfrey was on his way to doing just that, didn't we? 2-0. Twins haven't had a hit since Florimone single in the 6th. And 3-0 now. Bluth on deck.
Well, Twins 8 base runners. Joe will be taking a pitch right here. He walked the lead off the 7th inning.
And a walk will put Mauer aboard. 8 straight out of the strike zone. Bluth.
And Kurt Young, the pitching coach, going to go out to talk to his big right-hander.
Seven games for the A's, 7 quality starts. 7 games for the Twins and only 1 quality start. No activity in the Oakland bullpen, but that will change, I suspect, if Bluth reaches here. Single, bouncer to short, and a strikeout. 9 in a row out of the strike zone. Struck out Florimone. Those were the 3 strikes.
Got to take a pitch right here. There's a strike.
High strike.
Well, Cook basically a hard-throwing right-hander, slider, and a split finger. He struck out Florimone on that split finger. But he's all over the place now.
It's not what the A's wanted to see. This, in a sense, a perfect opportunity to run Cook out there coming off the disabled list, but if he's feeling 100%, he's not pitching that way. He's all over the place. 2-1. Popped up to right field. Reddick coming in. 2 down. And that will bring up Colabello. Luke Gregerson getting loose out there. Colabello, the last hope for the Twins.
Let's see if he can pick up another RBI or 2 right here. 1 for 3 with a walk.
And a breaking ball over the outside corner. Two strikes to Colabello.
Yeah, 2 straight breaking balls.
Oh, and 2. Twins right fielder. Close pitch low. One and 2. 2-2.
Well, 20 pitches for Cook, 13. Looking out of the strike zone. Need a gapper right here. Last one.
And the Oakland A's continue their mastery over the Twins. They won 6 of the 7 games last year, and they open up 2014 with an 8-3 win over the Twins. Tom Hanneman, Twins are done with home openers. They lost the home opener in Chicago. They lost the home opener in Cleveland, and today they lost their own home opener.
Dick, Twins are going to have to wait another year to win their home opener, something they haven't done since they beat the A's back in 2011. They fall 8-3 this afternoon. We'll dissect the day next on Twins Live.